Hi, Susan here. Okay, we're going to continue fabric shopping in New York City. On this episode, I'm going to show you inside of one of my favorite silk wholesale manufacturing companies for fabrication, a little bit of Texworld New York City as well, and outside of it, and all of that is next. Okay, like I said, this is the second part of the series. Actually, it's the third part of the series. I have two other videos. One is to prepare for going to Texworld New York City, how to prepare and what to do getting to the show or preparing for the show. Last week I showed you all of inside of Texworld New York City, gave you insider's looks and information from the show itself. And this one I'm going to show you some of the swatches and things that came in the mail from my fabric shopping in New York City in Texworld, as well as my favorite silk manufacturing company that is in New York City. I'm going to show you all of that. So why am I doing this? Well, my entire channel is all about fashion design and getting you prepared professionally as a fashion designer. And this is a crucial point, guys. You need to be able to buy fabric wholesale in order to prosper as a fashion design house. It is virtually impossible to buy all of your material retail and succeed as a fashion design company. Whether you're doing small production or mass production, you need to have good manufacturing fabric and textile companies that you can go to on a regular basis for your brand. So let me show you what I found in Texworld New York City on the flat, and explain a little bit further and show you inside my favorite silk manufacturers. And let's do that now. All right, so this company, ZenTex, was in the actual Texworld New York City, and it was one of the only booths that was there, or one of the few booths that had representation present at the actual show. I don't know if this is still COVID related, but they were there in person, so their booth was swamped. I was not able to do an interview with them directly, but I wanted to show you that I did get some sample cuts, and I want to explain the process. The booth had books lined up behind the representatives of the manufacturing company, and it had labels on those books. So you had to specify what type of fabrication you were looking for, whether it was a knit, whether it was a woven, whether it was denim, whether it was lace, whether it was oil weave or cotton prints or voile. Whatever it was, you had to tell them what it was. They would take that book down from the shelf, give it to you to flip through it on your own. There were style numbers there in each one of the swatches that was in the book. You could write down those numbers on an actual order form that they supplied for you, and they would then send you these headers or samples in the mail. Note, guys, that if you're doing something like this in a wholesale company, they're going to expect you to have a UPS number or a FedEx number, meaning you supply them with that so that you are paying for the actual shipping, or there might even be a surcharge for the sample cuts themselves. I no longer have FedEx or UPS coming to my house on a regular basis for manufacturing. In that case, you can ask them to use their UPS member number, and they will just charge you a fee, and you can pay for that fee for the shipping to you. All right, so here we are with this package, and like I said, it came to my location, and these are what's called headers. So we're going to take this out right now and see what we've got going on. And here we go. So these are some of the swatches that I was looking at the actual show itself, and the manager or the representative or salesperson puts their card there, and then these are what they look like. This is a smaller header. Some of them can be quite large, but this is just pretty much showing you that they'll have one full large piece of the fabrication on a board. They'll have this smaller cuts of different colors that fabric will come in. Then they will have all the stats up here on the top. Here you can see the style number itself. You can see fabric content. This is cotton, rayon, nylon, poly, dyed knitted fabric. It's a Rochelle lace of sorts. It's one of the more inexpensive type laces. And then it'll also at times show you minimums or the cuts. With lace itself, they give you an actual full cut. Sometimes they're 4 or 5 yards. This is giving you in centimeters how large the piece is. And sometimes it'll show you how wide the piece is, the width of the actual fabric or textile, and it'll also show you maybe the origin, etc. So these are what I got, and I am so happy to get them in person. This is so exciting to see them come now in person to me. I was looking for something like this as well. This is a stretch fabric, which is a twill weave. It is like a wool poly rayon combination. It tells you exactly the fiber content there on the piece itself. So this is how you get what's called headers sent to you. You can then now file them. You can refer to them. You can call the salesperson, ask for pricing and availability. Also note, guys, that these companies, most of them, if they are mills or if they are manufacturers, they have quite high minimums. And in order as a small designer to be able to get these pieces, you would have to get what's called sample cuts. They make available every season yardage for sample cuts to give to prospect buyers. So you can purchase anywhere from 5 to 25, possibly up to 50 yards of any of these goods in a sample cut form, meaning they will send it to you with a slight surcharge in advance of their manufacturing of the goods themselves. So that gives you, as a small company, the opportunity to still be able to purchase and get wholesale prices on your fabric that you know is going to be produced over and over for your seasons and be viable as a fashion designer, if that makes sense. Okay guys, I'm here in Manhattan at 251 West 39th Street. This is what Calamo Silk is. It is a gem of a place. It's good for new companies and new designers who want a small minimum and have stock in stock. So let's go up there and see what's going on. Here in Calamo Silk with David, the salesman that I've had for a very long time. He's nice enough to let me show you guys what is here. This is low stock items that you can get as a designer with competitive prices, because you're going to be getting the wholesale prices, not what you're getting in fabric stores. So if you are a new designer, you're going to want to come to one of these places if you're doing a high-end type of a garment. So he was just explaining that he has more than what he used to have, which were just the silks, and he has expanded to linens and shirtings and cottons and blends. And it's like a warehouse, as you can see here, that stores all of the fabrication, and when there's an order, they then inspect it and bring it to the back in order to cut each piece for each customer. He's going to show me now what is available. So let's see.
All right, okay. We have cotton fabrics, tri-estate, polyester. It's a very fine polyester, not the cheap stuff.
Right.
We have also yarn-dyed cotton stripe. It's beautiful, 100% linen. Micro lyocell. So also we have a file.
Silk file?
Silk file.
I love silk
and
file.
Silk azure.
Yeah.
We have many different type of weights of silk organza, and the French chiffon and satin-faced silk organza for using couture people. And then we can go to.
You have stretch charmeuse.
We have stretch charmeuse in 96 colors.
Oh wow! See, there you go. So he's going to show me around to another spot.
Stock goods in here. So this is basic fabric like silk chiffon. 96 colors available. Matching color of silk CDC. This is for blouse weight. 96 colors available. And for lining fabric, 100% silk, half tie. Somebody calls it, also China silk.
We call it China silk, yeah.
That's right, 96 colors available. And we have heavy shamos like a 30 mami, heavier one. We carry as well. We have double Georgia 16 mami, and also we have a pebble Georgia.
Pebble Georgia. Let's see.
Pebble Georgia is kind of more pebbly feeling.
Kind of like a crinkly feeling.
Not the crinkle, it's
not
flat,
crinkle. Okay.
but not smoother, like a pebble.
Oh, nice. Well, that's gorgeous.
Right.
That's gorgeous. It's almost like a double crepe.
That's
like
right.
a crepe Georgette.
Right.
That's okay. I've used this in the past. It's awesome.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
A little pricey, but beautiful fabric.
Okay.
And the silk shamos 19 mami, also available 96 colors.
Okay.
We offer several different weight of silk shamos like a 12 mami, 16 mami, 19 mami, 30 mami, even 40 mami.
Okay.
So, according to customer choice, you can take many different type of silk shamos as well.
Okay. And all of this is from Japan?
These are from Korea.
Korea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then let's go. These are all Mulberry silk and also grade 6A.
Okay.
So, this is pretty good quality of fabric.
You have the 4-ply and still and all of that?
Right. These are 4-ply crepe, also 96 colors available. The weight is 40 mami.
40 mami.
These are for couture.
Yes.
These are stretch silk shamos. Silk and spandex yarns blended.
So you guys can see what I'm talking about. In order to have that, you will have a give. There will be a stretch. Even though this is a woven fabric, this is not a knit. This is a woven with a stretch. Elastin is in that fabric.
That's right.
Right. Yeah.
So this kind of stretch shamos, you can consider use both sides, shiny side, the matte side.
Yes.
Now, according to your the design garment, you can use both sides.
Yes.
And also we have a crepe back satin 40 mami.
I love crepe.
So also 96 colors available.
In silk.
These are 100% silk.
100%
Beautiful.
silk. I love this.
This is one of the
One of
best
my favorites.
quality. Right.
I used to use this in an acetate version back in the day. I hated it, but can you imagine having this in
Acetate
silk?
is no good. We can
Acetate
offer
is awful. Yes.
tri-acetate, not just acetate.
Right.
Tri-acetate we offer, very similar.
Okay.
That price is much cheaper,
Yes.
but quantity is limited,
Okay. So again, if I remember, what is the minimum yardage for a individual company to be able to purchase any of these silks or any of these goods?
This kind of silk fabrics in stock 5 years minimum.
Oh wow, still okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Wow.
for,
You can't do better than that, guys. You
For
really
young
can't.
designer who started, the business first time.
Yes.
It's not much bother with the price and everything.
Yes,
quantities.
yes. And so there is like a little bit of a surcharge because it is a smaller yardage,
That's
correct?
right. There is some surcharge.
But it's still not retail. Exactly.
Much cheaper.
Yes, much
Retail
cheaper.
price is usually about 3-4 times expensive than us.
Yes.
Because we are wholesaler, we are importer.
Collection, guys, you cannot do better than this. It is just insane. And now they've expanded even further in some of the synthetics. It is just the perfect place to actually be able to get your fabrics, try out your designs, and know that you have a quality item. And you also know, guys, when you're starting your new designs and you're setting it with one of the fabrications, you know that fabric will be available again and again for your limited editions or your small productions. Any startup needs to be in a place like this. So I just wanted to show it to you. It is available to new design houses. All right, since the Texworld was not what we thought it was going to be, I have explored other avenues, some of my old design manufacturing fabric houses, and going now into fabric stores in Manhattan. And here I am with...
Hi everybody, my name is Tyler. We're in Fabric House in the middle of New York City, the heart of the world. 257 West 39th Street. You can come to us for pretty much all your fabric needs.
So this is it, guys. So, we know that once you start a manufacturing company, you want to do wholesale, but there's always going to be a need to be able to come into a fabric store like this and to actually be able to pick anything you want and to get small yardage and to be able to do it as well. This is in the heart of the district, and this is one of the fabric stores that's been around and still around. And so that's what I'm going to be checking out for the next day or so. Okay guys, so I showed you inside Fabric World, New York City. I showed you outside Fabric World, New York City. And in the streets of New York, great finds as far as going textile and fabric shopping as a fashion designer. I hope this helped. If you got something out of this, guys, give it a thumbs up. Share this video. I want you to share this with your friends and people who are wanting to be a fashion designer. Come on board and subscribe and be a part of my group. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.